Welcome back, everybody. Rogue Trader. All the Rogue Traders are back. Now we need to go to Emperor's Palm. The only way to get there is to take this incredibly long path. So, let's take the path then. Objects discovered. Group of messengers. Several chests from Celio. Oh. Okay. Decode decryption. Do it. Show me the vid as you command. Rogue Trader. We, Great Regent Antonio, send greetings. Celio will soon hold a grand council within the Palace of Atlas. Holy relic that connects all navigators to our house. This meeting will take place not in the physical world, but in the world of thoughts, dreams, and visions. The only way to avoid bloodshed? And decide the fate of the sacred child at last. Thanks to the Atlas, we feel the soul of the child is full of dismay, and yet the Rogue Trader's words bears a lot of weight with the child, so she may soothe its anxiety and lead the child down the right path. The path of accepting its duty before the house and ascending to the Novator's throne. I hope you consider my offer, for it is in your power to not only strengthen the bond between our dynasties, but multiply your riches at the same time. The gifts accompanying this message are an insignificant part of the Great Regent's gratitude. Told the message to relay to your cogitator. This will be all for now. Great. Warp travel me again. Servants the Messiah. They managed to locate the second message on the Celio data slate, hidden in the shadow of the first one. As soon as it happened, the machine spirit rebelled and started devouring the data crypts. The acolytes, tell me. Can't beat echoes of fierce clicking. Lady Navigator Elena, Rogue Trader. The one who staged the attempt to assassinate Cassia right in your palace, politely smiles from you to Vitscreen. I had no doubt that your servants would find my trace. They are far cleverer than the Great Regent of Celio. I feel... You spared her life? I did? I feel extremely awkward that our first encounter took place under such unfortunate circumstances. Truth be told, I saw a worthy person behind the lofty title, only after fate put me on the death's precipice. You hesitated to end my life, despite holding it in your hands. Your noble deed gave me enough food for thought. Despite everything that transpired, I still believe we may become loyal allies to one another. I presume you already know that Celio will be holding a grand council in the depths of what accursed Atlas very soon, and we cannot ignore the call, for we are bound to it against our will. But if you convinced this by Lady Cassia to reject the Atlas and break the century-old shackles binding our house, we could turn over a new page. Having said that, I will accept a different outcome. Should the child die, I'm not going to shed any tears. I'll accept any choice, Rogue Trader. My people have nothing else to lose, but you could benefit from our friendship. There's an emerald among the stars of my gift to you for sparing my life. Of Martinius? And through the storms, the torrents. I'm very sorry, the servants outside couldn't restrain it. It's gone. So did we just get... I have no idea what just happened. I look around and I see no quests. So we continue our merry journey. Yeah. And we just travel here. Why did we go to the Voyager Bridge all of a sudden? What is going on? Okay. Cassia. Please forgive me, my powers are sometimes too insistent in their attempts to break free from my control. You've made great strides. Aim to deliver good tidings. I've spoken with the House Navigators through the Atlas. Of late, I can feel with increasing clarity how our connection is growing stronger. Despite the dissent in my mind, House Orsilio has been able to keep a precarious equilibrium, thanks in part to your unexpected arrival in York 5, and the resolution of the conflict at the Dragonis reception. Not all Orsilios concur with your decisions, but none can deny the impact that you, and no one else, have had on the House's present state of affairs. There is more I wish to tell you. It is about the visions that I have come to experience at an interesting rate during the warp jumps. The same visions come to me again and again and again. It is as if I'm going mad, for you see, these visions are about me, the Atlas, and Trosophone, the House's previous Novator. I've seen Trosophone's experiments, the ones that involved the navigators from the Sethala branch, which was rumored to have destroyed for disobedience. But the visions told me an altogether different story, one where the Sethalas helped Trosophone create the Atlas, and they vanished immediately after the experiments were done with. Perhaps I can... No. I know I can find the way to the palace of the Atlas if I recreate Trosophone's journey from my visions, a real palace, not the psychophysical illusion to which the Orsilio navigators can reach out. I have always had a feeling that it truly exists in our world. Now, however, I know it with absolute certainty. I've been informed we'll convene. I saw her experience an epiphany in a dream, just like my visions came to me from on our travels to the warp. She beheld a planet hidden behind roiling warp storms. The world promised her great power, so she gathered the Sethalas, her most devout followers, to go on a suicidal journey through the tempest. I know not the details of what happened, but they sacrificed themselves and obtained the Atlas. For the first time ever, I have an opportunity to find answers to the questions. Yeah, okay, I'll help you. Yeah, no problem. The House is still watching me, both the renegades and loyalists. I doubt that any of them will ever agree to a brief armistice for the sake of learning the truth about the Atlas's origins, and I do not wish to see House Orsilio lose even one more life to another fanatical skirmish. Invite the renegades to be the first to touch the secrets of the Atlas. No, this is best we do alone. Thank you for understanding, and now permit me to take my leave. Yes. The Orsilio prophecy system. Odd that. Could be a historical record of lying in Kalian Orsilio is not whom the star system is named after? Either way, this is the system from which Trosophone embarked on her journey. Great, we're going to go to the Orsilio prophecy system. Oh my goodness. We're just running all over the darn place, aren't we? Listen, I'm just trying to fly around and destroy Euphrates too. I mean, conquer Euphrates too. No big deal. Alright, we did get a quest there. Prince of Power. Saramungus Margugio, or whatever it said. Where is it? It's here. Perfect. We go to Orsilio Prophecy. Nothing happens. Then we go to this place. And nothing happens. And nothing happens. Something happened. Entries, whatever. Chronometer turns since the incident. 10. Witness Hida. You claim that you left the Sanctum Navis on the Lady Navigator's orders. Affirmative. This unit acted in accordance with maintenance protocol. Step 1. Sense the sacred mechanisms for the duration of 15 chronometer turns. Step 2. You failed to inform the bridge about the imminent jump. I want to know why. Data unavailable. Lady Navigator ordered that she be connected to the void ship, but she did not order the preparation of the machine spirits for warp translation. Cause. A ritual that cannot be identified by the unit's capabilities. This unit received the command to interrupt protocol and exit the Sanctum Navi. Servant, no, please, not the fingers. Enforcer, I'm gonna break one for every word of lie I hear coming out of your mouth. Now talk. But please, you have to believe me. All we did was prepare the canvas and mix the Lady Navigator's blood into the paints. Then we were told to lock open the shutters so the Lord Captain could see everything that was going on inside the Sanctum Navi from the observation chambers, and grog shit, armor-glass can't shield you from warp horrors. I swear to my soul, the Golden Throne, Master Enforcer, Lady Navigator only wanted to paint a picture for the ritual or some such. That's all I know. She wasn't going to use the power in her eye, but I still got as far away from it as I could. I swear it's all I'm telling you. So she painted something crazy. She went crazy. We performed an emergency warp jump, barely activated the Geller field in time, and now being dragged to the throne knows where by an unknown force. The Lady Navigator and the Lord Captain are still unaccounted for. Now tell me one more time, we transpired in the Sanctum Navis. What transpired? I escorted the Lord Captain to the observation chambers and yelled at the servant for having the shutters open. But then I was told it was on the rotator's orders. We could see the Lady Navigator clearly through the armor glass. She was lost in thought, staring at the canvas in front of her. She looked like she was completely unaware of the world around her. Soon the servants were ordered to leave the Sanctum Navi, and the Lady Navigator picked up her brush. In trance, she started dragging it across the canvas, painting one image over another, and another one over the last, and another, and then the Lord Captain noticed it. There was a thing on the other side. The picture, covered in a layer of fresh blood, was coming to life, but the Lady Navigator was oblivious. That is when the Lord Captain shoot at the window, drawing the Lady Cassia's attention. Dashed to the control panel. I didn't dare stop her. I just watched, bolter ready. The machine spirits went mad. The doors and the shutters started opening and closing at random, but the rogue trader managed to dart inside. Startled by all the noise, the Lady Navigator turned around, and then those horrors in her painting broke free. And what happened next? I barely remember a thing. There was a bright flash, a purple blur. I remember feeling so scared that my knees were shaking. I remember my legs carrying me like they had a mind of their own. I ran. I heard screams behind me. The Lord Captain and Lady Cassia, oh God Emperor, the creatures, they pulled them both inside the painting. Sir? Mistress Fox Master, I have a report that needs to be delivered to the senior officers. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator were lost in the emergency warp jump. Their whereabouts are still unknown. I'm sending you the interrogation reports. End of recording. Sophony Old Celio's ritual did not go as planned. The warp disturbance triggered by the Lady Navigator's trance washed over the Sanctum Navi. The void ship machine spirits reacted to the surge of immaterium and interpreted it as a call to action. Thus did the emergency jump into the unknown begin. Amid the shrieks of sirens, the clanging of shutters, and distant hum of the warp engine, some unknown will pulled Lord Captain into the Sanctum Navi to ward the creatures from the living canvas that had already gripped the Lady Navigator's throat. Horrified, almost out of breath, and struggling to scream, Cassia stretched out her hand and began slowly sinking into her own painting. The Lord Captain snatched a dagger from the floor and started hacking at the hands tried to escape, grabbed Lady Navigus. Oh. I think we hack and slash. The ritual dagger of House Orcelio cleaved the billowing shadows, and yet the painted hand reformed itself a moment after the blade passed through it. Cassia went limp in the clutches of her horrific creation and was immediately pulled into the other side of the painting. A moment later, Pandora, still clutching the dagger, was likewise plunged into the depths of the world the Lady Navigator had created. Pandora awoke, finding herself in the middle of the gigantic, boundless, billowing nothingness. Her body felt weightless, floating in a void strewn with hundreds of Lady Navigator's colors. Some of them bright, warm, and alluring, others morose, cold, and heavy. The Lord Captain reached for the bright colors. Pandora plunged into a river of blue, bright hues, and flashes of rosy sunset and lilac carried her down the dazzling stream. Before long, the Lord Captain was standing in an idyllic garden permeated with the fragrance of flowers and the singing of birds. Servants in purple livery darted back and forth, attending to the withered old woman in the navigator's mask. Sitting on her lap and smiling coyly to everyone was a little girl with ruby eyes and white hair. "Be a good little girl, my child, until the day we meet again." With trembling hands, the woman handed the girl to a navigator in laboratory attire. "I am out of time. Prepare the child for the Atlas transfer. Destroy all records and mentions of the world of Ear TV." Ear T6, maybe? "None must learn of that which took place here, and remember, her body must grow strong for it to accept my power. And once I have returned, loyalty will be rewarded." The memory dissipated, and a gust of silvery wind hurled the Lord Captain back into the ocean of nothingness, but this time the nothingness felt dismal. Instead of bright hues, all it contained was shadows of invisible monsters swimming by, shrouded by a nebulous veil of unfathomableness. Go to the dark colors. Grayish-blue waves swallowed the Lord Captain, and the feeling of lightness disappeared as her limbs grew heavy again. Pandora fell on the hard floor of a laboratory cluttered with vats as tall as a human. Inside them were dozens, hundreds even, of repulsive mutants. Hundreds even? Some had no arms, no legs, or two heads, no face, and their innards turned inside out, but each had white skin, white hair, long clawed limbs, and ruby eyes. The child was born. A tall old woman slowly approached one of the vats. "Reading, stable, mutations, none we detected at any stages. Genes, identical, my lady. Chance of survival, 100 times higher than any of the previous experiments. How long will it take to grow this child? I fear accelerating the process might cause the body to fail. The only one after years of silence. I understand the situation, natural growth. I do not have that much time. We will have to go with our backup plan." The memory dissipated, and the gust of silvery wind hurled the Lord Captain back into the ocean of nothingness. We float. Pandora stayed in the ocean of nothingness, devoid of sensation or emotion, until an ornate ritual dagger floated before her eyes and reminded her of a world that once seemed more real than this one. Someone's scream broke the delicate equilibrium of the Lord Captain's motionless body. When the weightlessness released her, she plummeted into the maroon abyss of roiling illusions. It was now in full control of her body again. Then Pandora descended into the abyss toward the screams. The Lord Captain crashed from an immeasurable height to the bottom of a roiling abyss. In the next moment, Pandora saw two figures amid the billowing maroon mist. One of the figures, unnaturally gaunt and tall, was clutching the other, smaller one, in its claws, screaming furiously. Peered in the strange maroon mist. In the swirling mist all around her, Pandora could make out human faces stricken with torment. And not just human faces, there were Xenos, Eldar, Their features fused together with those of humans, which made Crimson Spectres look all the more abominable. Their gazes and their rage were dedicated at the two unmoving figures. One step is all it took for some unknown force to notice the Lord Captain, seize her, and drag her through the painting's twisted space. Now the Lord Captain could clearly see the dark shade of the long-dead Navigator leaning over Cassia, clutching her neck in its clawed fingers. The shade screamed. You were given life because of me. You survived because of me. And here you are now, because I have willed it. Bow before me. Tell me what I wish to hear, and your suffering will end. Go on, child. I have waited for so long. Submit to me. Cassia looked exhausted, her body covered in hundreds of thin cuts, her lips lacerated, claw marks on her cheeks. Yet there was steadfast resolve in her eyes. I know who you are, Trysophone. I know what you crave. I saw it in the visions that you sent me again and again. I won't allow you. I will never allow you to become me. Cassia's fatigued voice quivered, but she was not about to yield this battle. Urge her to fight to the bitter end. Stab Trysophone with the ritual dagger. Stab. The silvery blade whistled through the air, and Trysophone let out a horrible howl as her skeleton figure flew upward and scattered into black ash. And with that, it was all over at last. Approving groans came from within the maroon mist, and the faces of humans and elders slowly evaporated along with the dead Novator. When the Lady Navigator opened her eyes, the space around her changed. Bright colors drove away the mists, and the faintest light somewhere very high above reminded the rogue trader of the world she had left on the other side of the canvas. The Lady Navigator graced the Lord Captain with a tired smile. The abortive ritual had turned out not to be a trap set for Lady Cassia by the previous Novator of her house, but the rogue trader had ensured that her plan fell to ruin. And now it was time to desert that accursed place. Cassia and the rogue trader's hand guided her through the maroon mist. Their unconscious bodies were discovered in the Sanctum Navi 20 Terran days after the disappearance, as soon as the rogue trader's void ship had emerged from the warp in an unknown system. Whoa. Crazy. That was wild. I am here for the journey, man. Alright, let's check it out. This is a purple place. Scan it up. Alright. Nothing here. It's gotta be the other one, right? What's here? Oh, the Palace of the Atlas. Let's do it. Crone World. It's an Eldar world. Okay. Eldar World. The Wraithbone and all that craziness. Oh, hello.
Curiosity sings
Our people have been
in
here.
my veins.
What be you? Decayed pages. From House Ocilio. Need not know what's taking place here. Navigators are frightened enough by their powers as it is. The last experiment, the 3 from them clan without a shred of reason. Okay, so this is like some history. Part of the Navigators camp. This is where performed for experiments 100 years ago. Alright, cool.
Patience. My nerves
Let's try down this way.
frayed.
Oh boy. There's a hole in the ground. Long clawed hand on the broken cogitator screen. Webway? replenished by human presence. In the pursuit of ancient secrets, navigators had no qualms while using it. And tech use. What am I looking at? Yeah, let's climb down.
Duty prevails.
Left no stone unturned. I'm confused. Why
In
are we
this
down here?
tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
I better myself through my service.
Okay. This place is crazy.
My pleasure.
Yo, how do I get here? We run down and then up this ladder? I didn't know this ladder existed. Up we go, team. Everybody get in your spot.
Never doubt me.
Give me the goods. Plasma ring. Fire plasma shot once per combat. As we to damage the wearer's grenade. It's the first time the wearer uses a grenade during the turn. Oh my goodness, that's really good.
Ha! There will be no peace
Wow.
in my wake.
Go, team, go. I see more goods. Held out chainsword. Someone removed the data group for this dead machine. Yeah, I know they did. Okay, there's Navis bodyguards here. This is going to be a fight. Yes, this is going to be a fight. So, because of that, I will end the episode here. So I don't have time to do the fight right now. And we'll deal with these turkeys next time. We'll see you there.